Hi friends, today I thought I'd go back to some older journals that I haven't completed yet. We all have these things that we started and never finished. And so I'm looking through this particular journal and saying, yep, got a lot of pages in here, but then there's also a lot of pages that have not been completed. So if you have journals like this, like I'm looking through my stack of journals and seeing pages that need to be completed, pull them out. Work along with me. Do some finishing up of things that, we're getting towards the end of the year, and I would like to have some of these journals finished out by the end of the year so that I can start fresh in 2023. We've had some crappy few years, and it's time to move on and have a new start, a new beginning. So these are older pages. I can even tell you from when. I did a lot of pages over time. So I'm trying something new to me today. I have these chalk pastels and I wanted to play around with them. I thought, am I going to put them with paint? Am I going to put them with medium? What am I going to do? And so I grabbed my supplies and I just started working on a page to see how I could create a background. This is some white paint. I thought, that is a possibility. And, use what you have in your stash. We all have things that we haven't visited often enough. And these pastels are one thing that I haven't visited often enough. These are handmade soft pastels. And I can't even tell you who they're from. I've got a glass dish with them sitting in it because they're chalky and they make a mess, and you need to seal them into your page in some way. So I thought, well, I'm going to put some color down on the page. This is just the raw page. I haven't put any gesso or anything on it. Probably would have been wise to put some clear gesso down first, but I didn't do that. Then I'm going to take a baby wipe and I'm going to smear that a little bit and see what happens with a baby wipe. Just playing, experimenting, seeing what happens when you try different techniques. So no, I guess I got out the matte medium. I wanted to seal it, and so a baby wipe wasn't going to seal it. It was going to wet it, and it would move it around the page a little bit, but it wouldn't seal it in. So I decided I needed the matte medium so that I could seal this into the page. And, many of you may have tried this technique. This is, things that I've seen done by other artists, but I've never really played or experimented with a lot. And so I thought, well, today's the day. Today's the day I'm going to throw these pastels out on my desktop, and I'm just going to have a good play. So I'm adding the medium, and you can see it turns that pastel into a real soft, creamy color, and I'm liking that. So I'm going to grab some more. I want to seal my whole page now because this is going to become a background for something that I'm working on. So while the page is drying, let's flip to something new. I have transparencies, and if you've seen some of the things that have come out in new products lately, they're using transparencies. Well, this is nothing new. I've been printing on transparencies and stamping on transparencies and using them in my journals for years, but um, just seems like it's one of those things that's been revived again. So I'm showing you some of the imagery that I have on transparencies. You can get these for both a laser printer and an inkjet printer. So, just buy the right kind for the kind of printer that you have. And then, print up some things that you want to use. Now, if you want to stamp on these, I would recommend using a Stays On ink. That is meant to use on all sorts of things, including plastic, which, your transparencies, that's just exactly what you've got. So I'm going to cut a few of these out and show you what they look like when you put them on a background. It just makes real easy creation because you have this clear object that you can move around your page. You can glue it down with some medium and you can still see everything that's behind. So it's a fun way to decorate a page. And if you're using a matte medium, you can knock back some of that shininess that's on the transparency itself just by coating it with a matte medium. So try this out. You know, you may even have some other plastic, things that are part of packaging, or you got some new product and it's got some of this kind of stuff in it. You can stamp on that. You can put that in your junk journal. It just becomes something fun to work with and play with. So these are some stamped images from, I think, oh dear, I can't remember the name of the company. They're out west. I know where they are, but they're just some square imagery of butterflies and um, that sort of thing. So you can see if we take that and add it to our page, how you've got that color behind. Now I've got a scrap left here from cutting that out. And I'm just going to take some Stays On ink and I'm going to stamp right on that. And you'll see how you can create your own embellishments, clear embellishments with these transparencies. So that's a little text. I've got another stamp that's kind of a postage stamp thing. And you can see, you can use the scraps, you can use packaging that you've gotten, things that you get in the mail. There's all kinds of stuff available to us, isn't there? All kinds of junk that would just end up in the trash. So another thing that I've used on here is a pen. I've used paint markers and that sort of thing on these transparencies, and that's a lot of fun. So you see I'm just cutting out pieces that could be glued onto a page. And so now I have these handmade embellishments. And I will use some of this on a final page that I'm creating. I want to finish out the page that I started on here today with the pastels, and I will share that with you. So now I have my Posca pen, and I'm just going to show you how you can draw right on these transparencies, and they work just fine. So you can create lots of things for your fodder stash if you're into doing that sort of thing and having things ready to go. But I'm just having a good play with my journal and with these products.